Hey guys, welcome to the first lighting breakdown. These shots are from a shoot I just did recently with a Toyota dealership, and we're going to be looking at one of the lighting interview setups, some of the problems we had day of, and how we solved them and what we did to get this final look. Overhead, they had all of these spotlights coming down that were probably around 4300K, and gave some really bad looking specular highlights on the cars. We also wanted to use daylight coming in from the windows, so trying to work around the mixed lighting was going to be tough. Luckily, we were able to have them turn off most of the overheads, so we didn't have to deal with that on our talent. Once that was done, we started setting up the cameras and getting our angles all lined up. We shot on two cameras, a Canon C300, which you can see here, and a Canon C100. The C300 was for the wide, which was doing a parallax move during the interview using the Kessler Cine slider and second shooter, and the C100 was locked off with a medium shot. You can see those two cameras here, the C100 and C300. By the time we got everything set up, it was later than we had hoped and the sun had started to set. We were shooting a couple interviews here and we wanted it to stay consistent, so we would need to bring in some extra light. To keep that soft wrapping light looking like it's coming from the windows, we brought in the Digital Juice 8x8 butterfly frame, so we had a really big diffusion, and then we shot a Westcott Flex 2x2 daylight through it. I would have liked to have been able to move the light a little farther from the diffusion, but we had to back up the 8x8 so far to keep it out of the shot of the wide on the C300, and then the light was right behind that up against the windows. I still think it worked pretty well because the 2x2 is such a nice wide area light to start with. Next problem was that there was so much light coming in from all the windows and the light we had added. It was bouncing around and filling in his right side, flattening out the image. So to add some shape and depth back into his face, we put up this goalpost with some black fabric to act as a negative fill, to block light and darken his right side. Lastly, we threw up these two light panels, here and here. This one on the right behind him as a key side rim light, and the other to wrap the key light around and give him a nice eye light, like you can see here. All of these small things and a little color grading come together to get this final image. Hope you guys enjoyed this little breakdown. I've posted links to all of the gear that I talked about in this video in the description below, and if you have any questions about this setup or setups you want to see in the future, feel free to reach out in the comments. Also, if you like this format and want to see more of these breakdowns, be sure to like and subscribe. As always, happy shooting.